Sorry about that, my video cut out. When it says the greatest athlete of the first half of the 20th century, that doesn't really show up here either. We don't really see that showing up in the text. That doesn't mean we want to necessarily eliminate it, but we don't see it here in the text. So it would be safe to say that the correct answer to this would be C, that the single season home run record holder in 1919 and in 1927. All right, we are now switching gears to Babe Didrikson. So I'm going to turn my text to her page so we can look for her answers. So, in her last years, Babe Didrikson did most of her playing on the tennis court, on the basketball court, in exhibition games, or on the golf course. Well, so when the big thing here is her last years. When you're looking at the last years, you tend to be looking towards the end of somebody's life. So we're also going to look towards the end of her section because that might help us find it. And right here, we can see here that she settled into just playing golf in 1933. And then she never really played anything else after that. Because that's what she settled into, we can go ahead and say that number 6, the answer is that she was on the golf course. Also, just so you know, here's that greatest athlete of the first half of the century. Our last, the question we were trying to answer with Babe Ruth a couple minutes ago, that's not in Babe Ruth's section, so that's another reason why we can eliminate that answer. It's in Ruth Didrikson's section. All right. Babe Didrikson did not play table tennis and hockey, volleyball and basketball, golf and tennis, track and field events. Okay, remember, she played a ton of sports, so let's look for the sports she did play, because the sports she did play, we're going to go ahead and cross out. Over here, we see basketball, we see volleyball. We can eliminate letter B. We know she ended her life playing golf, so we can eliminate that. We also know that up here in the Olympics, it said that she won the javelin, the 80-meter hurdle, and then she also did the high jump. Those are all track and field events. So that means that she did track and field. So that means we can eliminate letter D. And our answer is going to be A, table tennis and hockey. We did not see that she played either of those sports. Number 8, Babe Didrikson died at the age of 93, of cancer at the age of 42, before the creation of the LPGA, or as a result of a sports injury. Well, so I told you, I remember hearing that LPGA, and we highlighted that when it showed up down here, that she went to win 31 LPGA events. So if she won those events, that means she was alive during that time. We can get rid of letter C. We also know, we wrote it right here, the word death. She succumbed to cancer. She was only 42 years old. That gives us our direct answer to number 8, that she died of cancer at the age of 42. How did the women's sports world differ in the 1930s? Women could compete in only 5 Olympic events. There were no women's professional leagues. Women could play golf only professionally. Women and men shared a baseball league. Well, up here, we have in 1932, she qualified for 5 Olympic events. However, women could only play in 3. That eliminates letter A, because she qualified for 5 and she couldn't play in it. She couldn't play in all of them. So that shows that that's not the right answer. I also remember while we were reading, we highlighted something about the sports world right here. We said, there were no major league ball teams for women in the 1930s. So this was just ball teams. So baseball, softball, volleyball, basketball, all the ball teams were not there. So there weren't really any professional leagues. We're going to go ahead and leave that here. But then because there were no ball leagues, we can already eliminate D. Women and men did not play together. So there's still There were no women's professional leagues, or women could play golf only professionally. We're going to eliminate C because women could play golf only professionally. That would mean they couldn't go play for recreation. That would mean the only reason they could play is if they're professional, not because they want to go have fun. So that means the answer is B. There were no women professional leagues. And then number 10, which statement about Babe Didrikson's childhood is true? So we're going to get rid of things that aren't true. Her father built a gym in her backyard. She was an only child. She was a sickly, inactive child. She did not enjoy playing sports. Two here that we can eliminate without even having to look in the text. We can eliminate letter C, sickly and inactive. If she was on a bunch of different sports teams, she was definitely not inactive. That would mean she's very active. She did not enjoy playing sports. For somebody who won a lot of different types of championships and things like that, I would say that she did enjoy playing sports. So we're going to eliminate that, which means we only have her father built a gym in the backyard and she was an only child. Right here it says that she grew up in a large active family. Large family will probably mean more that she would not be an only child. However, we also highlighted here that her dad built a gym in the backyard. So that gives us our final answer for number 10. Letter A. Her father built a gym in the backyard. All right, I hope you were able to find all your answers on your own, and then you checked them with me. If you have any questions, just send me an email. I'd be happy to help you out. And I will see you all later. Bye.